today we are in front of our 1967 twin turbo F100. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw that we did a little bit of a build bracket game on our stories, and this is the one that won. So we're gonna ask Andy and Hugo for a little bit more information about the twin turbo setup and how Andy did that, and then some of the fab work that Hugo did on the grill and on the hood. So we'll get that going. And while I have you guys, subscribe, comment, like, do all those things. It helps us out with the algorithm and helps us keep going. So please and thank you.
All right, so Hugo's gonna tell us about the front grille and I think the hood of this truck you did too, right?
Yeah, so we wanted to have the turbos evacuate some of the heat that's underneath the hood. So what we did is we found a nice hood in the valley that was unmolested or anything. Basically the way it would come off the truck, you know, a little few dents here and there. And then we cut right here, and then we basically used the pull max tool to form these up real quick and just have a nice little slant down in, little opening. We were gonna put grills in, but we just wanted a nice small opening. And then we used silica bronze to weld it in. A little bit less heat, a little less warpage. And this will allow all the heat to evacuate the hood. Redid some of the inner structure. Then we made a hammer mold for the grill. So we kind of wanted to replicate like the Bullitt Mustang 68 from a famous movie, The Steve McQueen. So now I just kind of fabricated up a chin spoiler. The bumper had been done by a previous fabricator, so we just kind of made it a little tighter, a little nice and neat. Added some fog lights and had Trevor design up a cool design. And then I basically just metal shaped two pieces, a bottom one nice and thick, and then a top one out of thinner aluminum, and just added some shape, welded it up, and then mounted it to the bumper. Nice. It kind of gives it a nice look when it's low. And we also added a harness bar because, you know, it's going to go pretty fast, so we wanted to add a little bit of strength and rigidity for seat belts. Sometimes the 3 points are just kind of, you know, lame. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Take it easy.
There's Andy.
It's been a while. What did we do on this thing?
It's been like a year and a half.
Man, I don't even remember what we used. Hold on, let me rethink about this real quick. What we did up here with the engine was we did it's a bone stock, internal wise, Gen 2 Coyote motor. We did the billet valve covers, obviously the Boss 302 intake manifold, just so that it matched the turbo system. We went with a Garrett GTX 3582 Gen 2. I went with the smallest turbine housings I could get because we want this to be somewhat fun to drive on the street. If this was something that we wanted to make a buttload of horsepower, I would have went to a larger turbine housing. The headers are 1 3/4 304 stainless steel, and they choke down to a 2 1/4 inch turbine inlet. And the only reason why it's that small is because that's the size of the turbine inlet. There's no reason to go any bigger. 45mm Turbo Smart gauges, 3-inch stainless downpipes. I recirced the wastegates dump tubes back into the exhaust just to keep it a little more quiet. Everything's kind of halfway taken apart right now. The charge pipe was just simple A to B. I wanted the charge pipe to be as short as possible because I wanted it to be as responsive as possible. The least amount of turbo lag, the better. So rather than doing one big intercooler up front, I did 2 intercoolers on the side. That saved a lot of room up front. And what that also allowed was, here in Arizona, it gets very, very hot. We overheat stuff really easily, and then our AC system doesn't work very well. So by putting the intercoolers off to the side, I could still get plenty of airflow to the intercoolers, and I could still, without blocking condenser and radiator up here. The name of the game was we wanted this to look very symmetrical, so obviously we went with the mirror image turbos and just tried to build everything as equal side to side as possible, which was a little bit difficult because the way that these engines sit in this chassis, because of the alternator and AC compressor, they actually set off center just a little bit. So when you're looking at it, you might not notice it right away. I notice it every time I look at it, but the motor sits off a little bit, and that made it a little bit tricky to get the turbos to look the same. If you look at this thing long enough, you'll be able to tell. But this turbo system itself would support enough air to make about 1,400 horsepower. With these turbine housings on it, I think that at moderate boost levels, we should be able to see around 700-800 very, very easily.
Awesome.
And that'll be a very fun truck to drive around and beat up the tires and things like that. So We put a big drive shaft in it to handle the power. We've got the rear end to handle the power. We got the fuel system to handle the power, so it should work out pretty well. And that's about it. That's all we did.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Yep, thanks, Heidi.
Okay. Comment down below what color you think that we are going to paint this truck. What you doing, Mike?
Wearing up our truck harness.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's hoping that we're going to take it for a ride in the next couple of days and see how it works out. Make sure we get it developed and everything's working.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are you up to?
Let me set this down. Let me look more.
There you go. There you go.
This is mostly warranty work on this truck. Backup camera doesn't work. It was working, so we need to figure out if it could be wiring. We're also going to try something new with this guard dog system. Whenever you walk up to it with the key, it beeps. So I'll show you. So you walk like 15 feet away, and then you're supposed to walk up to it. Didn't do it this time.
Didn't do anything.
But usually it beeps and it's annoying. So we're actually going to take it off. The owner doesn't want it anymore. You can turn sensitivity down, but he just wants it off. So we're going to eliminate that. So that's pretty much what I'm up to at the moment right now.
Okay, cool.
Has some airbag issues too, so that'll be for tomorrow. There it is.
There we go.
These are the airlines for that 65 over there. You saw Charlie was making those last week. Now they're getting blacked out. Are you guys doing anything fun?
Not yet. Hopefully start this within the next hour.
Yeah?
First time. Cross our fingers. Just trying to get the vapor works adjusted, make sure fuel pressure is good. So get all our ducks in a row before we fire up.
Hi, James.
Hey.
You finished this. You want to look at the running board? No gaps, like we said. No airflow through that way. It looks so good. I love it.
Alan finished the passenger side up last week.
Okay.
Going on and now replicating this. So usually we're cutting these down shorter to get that step in. Made basically bolt blocks. And how we attach it to the side fenders are basically these little bolt plates here. There's going to be another one here. And then right now I'm working on this splash guard right here. I've already got this upper part built. And then come over to the table. Basically this is going to fit up to here. I'm going to replicate this shape to flow into behind the cab, and then on the under piece it's going to curve back this way, so it's going to make a large S right here.
Okay.
So I got to take it on the magnetic brake, put a piece of tubing, bend the radius. We brought the fenders down because it used to curve in, and it looked cool for the era, but now we're trying to modernize it and make it a little more performance. So I made a pull max die last week while you were on vacay, and pull max the piece that would just bring this line all the way down.
Okay.
I did it on this side as well, and then just ended each front and rear, added another bolt here and to here. Basically, this is how it's going to look on the other side.
Looks super cool.
I'm really happy the way it turned out. Widened the front fender a little bit. Didn't want it to be as wide as the rear. Just wanted it to be more of a square look. Modern cars, they kind of have a square, even though they have shape, they kind of still have a more wide stance.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start on the chin spoiler once I finish this running board, or replicating the running board on the other side. So lots more to come.
Cool. We'll check back.
Oh look, John's doing something.
No way.
There, I guess it's for the brake, right?
Yeah, but I already have
We
this.
had to film John doing something. So this chassis is coming along. Last time I don't think that pretty much any of this was on there. And now it is.
The beauty. That's the beauty too.
John, you're missing your close-up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to put in what I do. I do things.
There's not much in there, is there?
So you saw the chips in the front bumper from that green C10, and there's there. Getting fixed up. So soon it'll look brand new again.
This is the front bumper to our SEMA truck that we had to repaint since they do drive these things. So we're doing a little chip repair, and now we're just throwing on the color now, so we can put it back to 100, and he can be driving again.
People on our Instagrams were big fans of the chips.
The chips?
They were
Well, these guys do drive them.
Yep.
They look good, but they do drive them, believe it or not. So they are drivable. Some
You gotta
people
drive
don't think
them.
they are, but they are drivable. They drive the shoes off of them. So they do have to come in for, some maintenance whenever they get scratched, chipped, whatever. So it's part of the sport, I guess.
Yep. What is this thing?
Well, you're gonna find out. So are we. We're gonna make t-shirts. It's a giant 3D printer. We're gonna go get a pair of cutters for that. Be right back. All right, so this is a hydraulic press brake that we purchased from Bailey. We're gonna get it set. I don't know where we're gonna get it set up in the shop. Honestly, we literally have no room for it, but we got one anyways. Jam it in a corner somewhere and get using it. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But it's great for doing like bends and repetitive things where you might be cutting a bunch of parts out, and then you need to make a bunch of 45 degree, 22.5 degree, 90 degree. You want to make a little bend, and it makes a nice crisp bend. So right here's the.
It looks like a dental tool or something.
So you got the
Is that the best tool for the job?
You can get for a zip tie. The biggest zip tie in the world, and you go get the smallest pliers. It was the quickest one I could grab.
It's a hydraulic press brake.
To press thick metal, so we don't have to use the hand brake to do like sheet metal and stuff. This is for a lot thicker metal. More heavy duty.
It's definitely heavy duty.
Right? I like the cage in the back that we can put someone in behind it.
True.
Thank you for watching episode 4 of Shop Talk at FFG. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. It really helps us out. Let us know down in the comments. Put some guesses in for what color we're gonna do that 1967 F100. We'll see if anybody gets even close. Let us know if you enjoy it, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on episode 5.
I'm sorry.
Aww.
I wanted to tell you that it's okay to clean the mirror. The mirrors are okay now.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hey.
FFG.
Get high.
Bro, get high.
Get high.
It's a lot of trash.
A lot of trash.
Now I'm only doing the do.
I think they really want to sponsor us because we're so extreme.
Get back to work, Pierce.
Tune in for episode 5.
Here we go.